Yo, what's going on, my people? I know it's been a minute. I am back. It's TED Talk Money. I know I've been MIA for quite a while. Really give you guys an update what's been going on. The channel actually it got hacked and certain things around it and everything. So I'm working with Google, YouTube to get everything back in line, back up, so we can get, the ISO gang back together and everything. I'm gonna be putting this over on Patreon, and of course, just any platforms that are, of course, still available for us, because I do want to reach out and just speak to our community, man. Our country really needs, voice right now. It definitely needs some definite healing, you know what I mean? And I think that was a big thing that we really had, of course, in all of our lives with our community, is that we tend to be a community that talks about health, wealth, and wisdom. So I don't want to hold up your day too much, but I do want to just share a couple things, like an update and a couple points that I do want to share about the crypto market. Now, first off, with this whole Kirk situation, I send out my prayers to his family. Seriously, folks, this is like the early 60s again. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have anything like this except for like JFK. You know what I mean? So again, if you haven't seen the video, I wouldn't suggest that you do, everything like that. But long story short, this is the time, folks, that when the world is getting darker, this is when the light is going to shine brighter. And we have to continue to stay focused on He that is above. You understand what I'm saying? He's the one that's going to give us grace. He's the one that's going to give us mercy. And we have to know that greater is He that is in us than he that is in the world. Now, if you're not a believer, if you're not really on that bandwagon, if you're not really understanding what I'm saying, keep that in mind. Okay, we actually just had a political figure. Doesn't matter if you don't believe in God or not. We had a political figure, father, husband, brother probably, killed in front of thousands of people, and it was killed out of a political assassination. Basically, you did not agree with what he was saying. And if you guys look at his past and everything, he was a conservative Christian brother that stood up for his values, that stood out. And even though right now it is just a testimony that it is very dangerous. Okay, it's already dangerous, because the Bible already tells you that to be a godly person, you're going to have persecution. But right now, when you have people that, I'm telling you, people are just doing whatever they want to do these days. I'm here in the Midwest, and all the things that really happen in Chicago, and the next thing you hear, no one is in custody. So I don't say all that to scare anybody, but I do say that we are going somewhere. So that's my little 2 cents that I want to say on that Kirk situation. Currently, right now, we have a crypto market that is at $4 trillion. So if you guys have been paying attention to what we've been saying, we told you guys about last year that the big money boys, want to get this market to 5 trillion by the end of 2025. So expect a lot more liquidity to really be coming in. I want to talk to you guys about, and with that, with the liquidity that's coming in, I want you guys to understand the scope of what's going to be, right? We talk about utility cryptos, we talk about mass adoption. I think as we're moving further and further, and I have some more points that I want to talk to you guys about Bitcoin ETFs, but as we're moving further and further into the future, we're seeing that regulations are going to be shifting. What we've already said and what we focus on is utility cryptos that are going to be used for the future, that have a use case. And these governments are going to be relying on networks that have been running for at least 5 to 10 years. These chains that have no downtime, nothing like that. So ISO cryptos, legit, certified, as they always have been. But let's talk about a certain chain that, again, went down big time, okay? And that is Solana. If you guys don't know, last year or year before that, Solana, the chain, went down like 9 times in the year, 9 times. And the thing is, most people really realized that Solana was sort of kind of like a cheap Ethereum in the beginning. Most people just saw it as, again, a new degen, next edge platform, smart contracts. It was really built out. And then, of course, the big meme boom that kind of came over to Solana. So long story short, right now we have Solana really eking over to some all-time highs. In January, Solana was able to hit about 253 or so. And then now we're seeing it at about 230, and that's been some pretty decent price action. So expect, of course, a $300 Solana. That's really one thing I would have to say. Only reason why I'm talking so much on that is because we know the big three are going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, the big three. But you also are going to be having some important altcoins. And of course, I know that every other coin that's not Bitcoin is an altcoin. But I want to bring this next point up about altcoin season. Okay, so usually it's around this time, once we start getting the last basket of the year, that people tend to want to hibernate with their funds and basically outflow from Bitcoin into altcoins. Now, what we've been having, even today, past 48 hours, you have a inflow from institutions. You have inflows for institutions because they're preparing for regulatory shifts. All right, as most of the population is dealing with, income issues or something like that. They are working behind the scenes. And of course, if you guys know anything that's going on here in the US, they're cracking down on immigration big time. So what we're really seeing is going to be a advent, in my personal opinion. I think we're going to be seeing an advent of this new regulatory shift that's going to prepare us for mass adoption. But one thing I want to share with you guys personally, as we're getting closer and closer to this thing, this is exactly what I've been prophesizing to you guys, is that throughout this whole thing, they're just going to prepare it all for them. You guys are blessed enough to actually get this education, learn this education, want to know a little bit more about the market. But it's really looking like most people are just going to sheepishly go along, wake up with a, digital wallet that they don't know where it came from, just, government issued or not. And basically, because you've already been working on your tap, on your Apple Pay, well, you're already used to a digital wallet. So putting that on out there, guys. But alt season is going to be beginning very, very soon. So if you guys are really paying attention to it, you have institutional liquidity coming in to prepare for regulatory shifts, but you're going to be seeing some outflows from Bitcoin to prepare for this altcoin season. So of course, none of this financial advice, just pretty much giving you guys a heads up on what's going on in the market and what not. But of course, guys, keep it in mind that our country truly does need some time to get together. Okay, so just to recap all of those points, Solana is going to be doing some things. Basically, you're going to be having some more liquidity outflows coming out from Bitcoin, but to prepare for an altcoin season, and as well prepare for a lot more money to be flowing into this market. Like I said, folks, $5 trillion by the end of this year. So your ISO cryptos are going to be good. I'll continue to do some more updates on this. Let me know how you guys feel. Continue to support, send out your prayers and everything, and continue to remain blessed, folks. With that being said, I'll holler at you later. Peace.